Hey friends, it is your girl Sarah from Sarah Styles here. Today's video we are doing an eBay store review. I do these live. I get a Google form. I do not have a chance to get to everybody's, so throughout the month I do store reviews and upload them. If you guys want to fill out the Google form in my next YouTube live, make sure to fill it out, and if I don't get to you, you may have a review on my channel as well. It's a great way to teach and learn from others as well. So lots of tips are coming out of this video. I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that they can do right now to hit their goal. And it's gonna start with numbers, friends. If you are new to the channel, this is the golden formula for resellers. Put a formula to how much money you want to make. And the reason that putting a formula to how much money you want to make allows you to manipulate and move things around so that you can figure out exactly what you need to do and set a goal and a plan in place. There's so many things that you can do right now without having to buy more items or do a whole bunch of new strategies, just looking at your numbers. So I'm not going to go through this whole thing. This is a Google sheet that is linked down below. You can have for purchase. If you are a YouTube member, you get this along with courses and other downloadable products that I have and support in the YouTube membership. So what we're looking at, their sell-through rate. So this means of the 495 items, my mouse is on the wrong thing. Of the 495 current listings that they have available, 3.9% are selling in a month. Their average sale price is $15. Now this is just a quick guess because the average sale price that they filled out in the form couldn't have been right. I think it was probably a typo. I just quickly looked at their store and said, hey, on average things are like $15, right? They can change this. You can change this for your numbers. They work part-time, very part-time, 10 hours or less, and want to make 500 gross revenue in the month. This means, based off of exactly what they're doing right now, they need 858 items available, similar to what they have now with those same sell-through, the same average sale price, and current listings. The difference, so they need 363 more items. If they didn't change anything else, they need 363 more items. That means listing, if they want to hit their goal in 6 months, they need to consistently list 3 items every single day. If you're part-time, you could do this like in a week, right? 21 items on a weekend, whatever it is. Now, I'm going to say this is likely going to be very difficult for someone who is working 10 hours a week. Sourcing and listing 21 items, sourcing, listing, shipping more items is going to be hard if you're working 10 hours a week. So the first recommendation that I'm going to make based off of this situation, right? It's all situational. Based off of this situation is I'm going to recommend that they work a little bit on their sell-through rate and a little bit on their average sale price. And we'll look at their store in a minute on ways that they can actually do this in their store right now. That's the first recommendation. Work on increasing your sell-through rate. If you increase it to 5%, that's 1%. That means you're selling 1% more items. You are now only having to have 172 more items. That's a listing goal of 2. So now you're down to 14 items a week, which is much more manageable. And then look what happens if you do this. Let's say we increase it to $25 average sale price. You are there. You're actually better than there, right? You will hit your goal if you can sell through 5% and you increase your average sale price to $25. I'm going to say that's a pretty hefty goal. Increasing your average sale price when you already have items, that takes a little bit longer to do. So we'll go down to $20. That's 1 listing a day. That is 7 a week. That's sourcing 7 items a week. I think that's very manageable for someone who's working 10 hours a week or less. Very manageable. Those are all things that they can do. Let's go ahead and look at their store, and I will make recommendations on ways to increase your sell-through rate and ways to increase your average sale price. The first thing I'm going to say, and we're going to go ahead and look at the store. I want to point out a couple things that are really good about this store though, because it's helpful for other people watching this to really understand, what's good and what is helping them with what they're currently doing. So they definitely have a store, and I know this because they have a banner at the top. They have, this is done. They have a shop. They have an about filled out. So it has proven, and eBay knows this, there's data out there to support it, that if people can be connected to you, and they will have more loyalty. If you have more loyalty, you will have more people who will not only pay more for your items to increase your average sale price without doing anything, not even sourcing better items. They will pay more because they know that they are going to get good customer service. They're going to get good products. They're going to. So having this about us and having people say, hey, this person, look, they had 10% of sales will go to Wake Up. They're doing to a nonprofit, which can also help sales as well. People are more willing to purchase from people if it's going to a good cause, a small business, someone they feel connected to. This is all really great. If you have a store and you do not have this filled out, it needs to be done. Fill it out, make people connected to you. There is an option for a video. So if they have a chance to put a video in, even if it's just showing, hey, this is how I source, whatever it is, a way to connect people to you is absolutely amazing. One thing I'm going to say because of this, and this is going to be another strategy to increase their sell-through rate without having to really do much, is work on ways to increase their followers. This is going to increase loyalty. This is going to increase repeat buyers. Repeat buyers are going to come back and spend more money, and you don't really have to do a whole lot. You can send out a newsletter. I will link a video up here of how to do newsletters, but if you have more followers, you spend 3 minutes sending out a newsletter, those buyers come back to you and you have spent little to no time. This is great for any business. This is really great if you are working on minimum time. Increasing your sell-through rate without having to increase a lot of time is key for all sellers, but definitely when you are working part-time. So that's one way that you can easily increase your followers. The other thing I want to say too that is great, they are a top rated seller, which means they are one of the most reputable sellers. I'll link a video up above on what top rated seller means and how it helps. This automatically gives you better exposure, and it gives you better, it gives buyers better confidence in buying from you. That's a way to increase your sell-through rate as well. They are already doing it. The one thing I'm going to say, they do have categories. If you have categories, it's fine in your store, but do make sure that you have eBay categories selected when you're doing your item specifics, because when people are searching, they are clicking on eBay categories and not on your categories. It's not an option when people are searching. Again, another great thing here is they have featured categories newly listed. They are using the store features that eBay gives us. They are using the store features to set themselves apart and so they're already doing some of it. I would just recommend find ways to increase your followers. I have a QR code that I put on every single item that gets shipped out. I've been putting one on the front, or one on the item inside and then one on the outside, and that's actually increased my traffic even more. One thing I'm going to say here, another way to increase your sales, keep people on your items or people on your store. Clicking here, so this is the banner, one of the eBay store features. I would put something more enticing here, something that's going to make people dig deeper into your store. The more they're into the store and the more they see that you're a store, if they like it, the more they're willing to click on items, possibly bundle items together if you have a lot of similar type items. So I would put, like, you have a sale on, I would put the sale here, or I would put, if you have a shipping discount or something a little bit more enticing, that's going to help increase your sell-through rate. One other way to help increase your sell-through rate without doing anything, you can go in and create a banner and add the coupon, add the sale, whatever it is, and that's going to take you 3 minutes. Again, that's in the same video as I linked up above, or as I linked earlier. Okay, so the other things that I'm going to recommend, and a lot of this is going to be sell-through rate. Average sale price is slightly harder. Actually, I'm going to talk about average sale price really quick. So increasing your average sale price is getting items to sell higher. The struggle that you're going to have with increasing your sell-through rate, your average sale price right now, is we're going into a recession. People are not wanting to pay as much money. So the best way to do it is by sourcing better items. And this is going to be knowledge research. I'll link a video up here of how to use Terapeak data to really research. There's reports that they give you based off of your categories of what's selling really hot right now. And then you can also focus on, if you have the Sarah Styles Sales and Trends dashboard, this is one of the products that you get a discount on if you're in the YouTube membership. You can go in here, and this is based off of your data, and say, hey, my highest average sale price are jackets and coats. My very highest is jumpsuits, bags. Maybe I want to focus more when I am out sourcing, or I have certain spots that I know I can get really good bags. I want to do a little bit more of that to increase my average sale price. And then also use Terapeak as well if you don't have access to your own data. But your data is going to be the best data because this is what you already know. This is the things that you already buy, the places you already buy. You can also go down and look, there's brands you can look at. You can look at your sourcing places. Okay, these are all the places that I source. Which places are giving me the best average sale price? Which places are giving me the best average profit? Can I go back to these stores more often instead of going, like for me, I go to a couple stores and then the next week I go to a couple more stores. Well, if these stores are giving me the biggest average sale price, maybe I just spend more time there, right? Or try a couple new places and see. But focusing on increasing your average sale price based off of your information, Terapeak, if you don't have it, is going to give you some insight to it as well. So let's go back to a couple ways. That's the wrong one. Sorry, friends. You want to see me smaller and you want to see their store bigger. So let's go back to a couple ways that we can increase the sell-through rate. We're on number 3, I think. Let me know. I kind of lose track. I think we're on number 3. And then average sale price was 4. But I'm going to share 2 more ways quickly to help them. So the first thing that I'm seeing is their photos. They need to make their photos. This one is great. With a white background, I would maybe zoom in just slightly bigger so that people can see it. eBay, Google recommend having a nice clean white background. 2 reasons that even if you can make sales without it, I would recommend doing it. eBay and Google recommend it as best practice. They're the search engines. They're the experts. If they're recommending it, it's for a reason. And the reason is their algorithm has the easiest time pulling up something if there's not anything in the background. It has the easiest time of deciding exactly what it is. Now, can your item come up another way? Sure. Is it best practice? No. So for these, they're not necessarily bad. I wouldn't necessarily take the photos again. For the most part, they are white. I would make them a square, and for the first photo, I would just gradually go in, maybe do like 5 a day, go in and use eBay's background remover to make them white. It also makes for a nice, clean, cohesive look, not only in your store, but against your competition. You want to be better than your competition in everything. And so if this cup came up and there was like a nice, real nice photo and every single thing was the same, the buyer would have more confidence in the nice photo, and they would likely purchase that over an item that doesn't, isn't the square background. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of their listings. This is about, they have a decent amount of, they have a lot of photos for that. If you're wondering how many photos is right, it's going to depend on your category. Pull a listing quality report. I'll link the video up here. Pull a listing quality report. Actually, I'm linking all the videos down below. Pull a listing quality report. It's going to tell you for your categories how many are going to give you the best, or how many you need compared to your top 5%. Something I am noticing here, they are a top rated seller. They do not have top rated seller plus, which means that they're a top rated seller and then they have free returns and 1-day handling on their items. Now I know 1-day handling, we can scroll down here and look and see 1-day handling is going to be hard for someone who's part-time. So yeah, so usually ships within 3 business days. If there is a way to make that 2 business days, if there's a way to make that 1 business day, work on your processes, whatever it is. People are, I bought something this morning and it's gonna be arrived this afternoon, right? Obviously as eBay sellers, we cannot do that, but that's people's expectations. That is your competition. So that's another way. I think we're on number 5 now. Let me know. I think we're on number 5. I'm gonna share 2 more though. Because I really want to help improve their store. I think they have a great, without having to list more items, because as a part-time seller, that's going to take them a lot more time. There's ways that they can improve it working with what they already have. So if they can lower their handling time to 1 business day and then also offering free returns is going to help, because it's going to give you a at eBay top rated seller plus. It's going to make this item, it's going to give you a discount on it, but it's also going to entice buyers. Now I know that business is not for everyone, and as a part-time seller, it's probably kind of hard to offer free returns. You don't have the volume game to pay for the return shipping. Completely get it. I will say one thing that is going to help sell-through rate that they are doing is it benefits charity. People are connected to charities. People want to help and give back. That is going to help increase their sales as well. Excuse me. So the last thing, and I don't know if they're doing it or not, but I'm going to mention this for people who are watching this. One other way that they can increase their sales without having to buy more items, without having to list, ship, all that stuff that's going to be hard for a part-time buyer, is going to be promote your listings. It's going to put it, anytime you see similar sponsored item, related sponsored items, when there's a search and it says sponsored on it, when you're on Google and it says sponsored on it, promoting your listings is going to give you more exposure. More exposure is ideally going to give you more sales. It's going to come at a cost. So as a small seller, you're going to have to figure that out. The promoted listing video down below is going to walk you through how to do some A/B testing to figure out what promoted listing is right for you. But that is one easy way to increase your sell-through rate. If you like this video, YouTube thinks you'd also like this video, I will link a playlist down here of how to make money reselling, and then make sure to hit that subscribe button for my next eBay review live session so you can get your store reviewed, or just for more content on how to make money reselling.